I've been out running around doing crazy stuff today, and I got back and I'm getting ready to do a catch-up video. Selina told me the first thing she had to do this morning, one of the first things, was put up the scaffolding and put on this piece of trim, which most of us would never even notice. But if it's not there, it's not completely sealed, so that had to be done. And I'll show you some of the other fun things she's been doing this morning. Meanwhile, here's a view of the new room as well, the one she's working on really hard right now. It looks so good. And another fun thing she did today, she noticed that water was getting up underneath everything and traveling the plastic. So she got some foam and went in and sealed every crack that goes into the walls. And she will, when it's completely dried, cut it off and it'll be level. And no one will even see it unless they look.
I'll pick it up and get rid of it.
Yeah.
But
Today it needs to actually age or cure, or whatever it is it does.
Cure.
And she has put feed sacks. Is doing more feed sacks.
Okay, this is one of those, gotta do this before I can do that, before I can do this. I'm putting a brace on there that's gonna be fucking awesome when I get done. It's gonna go into that board.
Right.
But before I can put that, I have to put boards for it to go on. And
right.
Blah, 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 blah.
And then you have to seal the wall before you can do that.
Seal the wall.
Yeah. And of course that square frame she framed this morning,
It's for a window.
it's for a window. The last of the windows going in here, I believe.
It'll be the last window, yeah. You know, unless, you know, I don't know. I think it's the last window. I hope. Fucking window. I got the door handle put in too.
Just FYI, in case you don't think climate change is happening, it is December 10th. It is 75 degrees and humid because there's rain coming in.
Which will probably miss us and
Yes.
we're droughting.
We are droughting, and the rain is going to go right over us, supposedly, and go to the eastern part of the river valley. Yay.
So.
Anyway, and so she's done this part of this wall as well, while I was out running around killing rats. Every time I think I've filmed everything she's done while I was gone, she mentioned something else. She got the doorknob in. She got this door weather stripped so that it's going to be sealed when it closes.
Now I don't have to tie it shut. Last night I had to tie it shut.
Yeah, we tied it shut. She put those strips
in here.
Yeah, all the way around. So it just shuts. Ta-da! And she's going to do the...
And I put the cheap handle here. This is like usually a bathroom handle. Yeah. Because you can lock it from the inside, and then the other one has a key.
That's awesome.
Key locks are expensive.
Yes.
There you go.
And this is, she's going to do the can lids again and the foam on that hole.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing I did over there.
Yep.
Only this time I'll actually have this
Oh,
open.
no, really?
Yeah.
What a concept.
Oh, forget. It doesn't matter if I forget.
Yeah, because it's going to be there. Yeah. Yeah.
I got to get this all framed up. This is the biggest booger.
What is that big?
Okay, so this, I put this in to put that piece on, which
Right.
when I get it in there, it'll be obvious why I put that there. But I got to frame this wall up. This angle at the top
Is always a pain.
winds up being 40 billion little pieces of Michigas wood.
Yes, I know. Well, you know this from the last angle wall
The
you did.
last one I did on the other side, I was like, there is, because of the way the building is made, because of the tin roof and the way you put in the nailers and everything's different levels.
Right.
And so there's no way of getting it straight. This is a higher than that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay.
So, yeah, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun, as in...
And by fun, I mean, I want to cry.
We'll use a lot of finesse.
Yeah, I'll fucking be cussing
And
my
here's the
ass
window,
off.
which is actually a tabletop or
Well, it was a desktop or a tabletop or
desktop.
something. I think it was like an end table.
See,
Maybe.
it's not only rounded, but it's beveled.
And it's shatterproof.
And it's really heavy.
Shatter resistant.
Yeah.
You know, throw a hammer at it, it's going to break.
Yeah.
I love it when people will go, oh, I hit it with a hammer and it broke. That's what Okies think is funny. It's like, that ain't funny.
No, that's really not
That's
amusing.
just stupid.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's shatter resistant does not mean you can't break it with a hammer
Does
or
that
a
mean I
rock.
can't hit it with a hammer?
Yeah.
Good. That they're the same intelligent beings that say fun things like, when it's cold, they go, "Hey, it's cold now. Where's your global warming?"
Yeah.
Because they're too stupid to know that these super cold polar vortexes are also part
Of global warming. Yeah. It should have been called catastrophic climate change. People might have
Well, that's
gotten
what
that.
they call it now, but it's
Yeah.
too late. People are already doing their,
Where's your global warming?
"Where's your global warming now?"
Oh, it's melting the ice caps. I don't know.
Same fuckers that say that. Can I put a hammer through it? Then it ain't shatterproof. Excuse the hell out of me. It's shatter resistant, dumbass. But I'm not bitter by life or anything.
No. This is the piece of wood that Selina's going to use for that brace. She's saved it forever.
I found it down in our creek. It was part of a beaver dam.
Part of a beaver dam.
Well, actually, it was. They didn't bring it to the dam. It was just up in the woods.
Anyway, those are beaver tooth marks.
Yep.
And it's so cool.
And I kept it all these years because I wanted to do something with it, and now I have a place for it.
It's going to go up in that peak
Up here, we hope.
where it can actually
hope.
be seen, we hope.
Where it can be seen. That's the idea.
Uh-huh.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Beaver trophy. That's what I always called it. I always called it my beaver trophy.
Oh my God. I'm going away on that note. One of the reasons this particular piece of wall is so difficult is that there's literally nowhere for her to work, and she's working way up over her head, up there,
With no place to really
with
stand.
no place to stand. This is the only,
This is the problem with building a treehouse.
yeah.
Or a weird ass structure. And then what I love, my favorite thing,
As in hate.
is when I'm working on shit like this, and somebody's like, "Well, why don't you do this? And why don't you do that? And why don't you use this? And why don't you use that?" And it's like, have you ever built something like this? Then you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Shut the fuck up!
Yes, exactly.
I would do that if I could.
There you go.
A lot of what they want you to do is shit I couldn't afford to do.
Yeah.
I'd have to not do it.
So why don't you do would be,
Yeah.
that would be, because it's too expensive.
I don't have the fucking money.
Yeah.
Nobody left me any fucking money like they did you.
Yup.
Because that's what it is. That's who it always is, too. Who it always is people that have been lucky. They literally don't understand why you would ever build with crap. Because after all, they don't have to. Of course, they've never done a fucking thing. Everybody does it for them.
Yep.
But I'm not bitter.
Nope, I'm so glad you're not bitter.
I know.
That would be very hard to deal with.
I know. It'd be hard if I was bitter.
Yeah. I'm going away.
Love it when a plan comes together.
This is amazing. That is so cool. That looks so awesome up there.
And it's actually structural.
Yes. So cool.
And my pilot holes worked out really well. I had to pilot drill it. This thing has been stored for so long, and it was, God only knows what kind of wood it was. I think I knew at one point, but I don't know now. But it's super hard. It seems like that's up there.
It sure does. And there ain't no shake on that wall. Yay! That's awesome,
And
honey.
see, that's what I'm, see? When you go places, you can't afford a bunch of fancy fucking souvenirs, right?
Right.
A lot of times, I just pick up rocks.
Yeah.
I pick up sticks. I pick up pieces of wood.
Uh-huh.
And then that reminds me of that time.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't cost anything. And then eventually, I
It
find a
becomes
place to
something
put it.
really neat. Yes.
And there you go.
Cool. And I noticed one more thing, or actually Selina pointed out one more thing. She got the header put in the door. So this wall is actually completely framed and the door is completely secure. And now she's got the beaver trophy up and she's framed and pieced so she can start siding and filling. and put in that window. Okay, with the exception of that window, which she's getting ready to put in, we are now officially dried in. Granted, the walls aren't 100%, right? But there's wind and rain.
I have lived in houses that weren't this winterproof.
Yeah.
Through winter.
Yeah.
I once wintered in a school bus.
Yep.
Well, actually that was 3 winters, but who's counting?
Who's counting? And they were bad winters too.
Yeah.
And at the bottom, what she's done is at the bottom, because she's not going to finish the siding today, but she's gone around, and she will on this wall as well. She's gone around and done the bottom all the way around.
One board on the bottom so that it'll help hold it.
From the wind.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, this is amazing. It's a house.
The thing is that once you got the doors and the windows, and you've got it all covered, and you've got some substantial walls, which we have mostly substantial walls.
Yes.
This has a lot less chance of blowing off in a
Yeah, this
wind.
is literally only these two. This little piece here, the piece over the
there's
door,
just a little bit, yeah.
and that little bit that it wraps around a little
Yeah.
bit there. But that's it. Everything else is actually a wall.
Yep.
So, yay. Crazy. And then so what she's going to do after she gets this window in is get to work on the deck, because we're running out of good weather.
Yeah, I need to get the deck done. So.
Yeah. But I'll show you the window. I'll show you the window when we're done. Okay, because of the shape of this window, she has put in these pieces where it's going to be flat, because she has to caulk against it, and now she's doing corner pieces to fit in there in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Not the way she wanted it to. So.
Nope, it's the wrong size. I don't even know how I managed to do that.
Okay, we'll get a different piece. All right.
All right, so in order to use the little rounded window, I'm having to build these little triangle pieces, which the first 2 I completely screwed up. But I finally figured out how to do them, you know, as I get ready to get done. So what I'm doing is cutting them and sticking them in
With glue.
with glue, because I can only put a couple of staples in them because of the way it's landing. I can't put staples all the way in like I'm doing with this, because, hello, it's a little Michigan's piece of crap.
Yeah.
That's your Yiddish lesson for today.
Michigas.
Michigan's.
Now, she just turned it off so you don't have to listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not a very good cameraman. She's like, you can't get help these days.
I just turned it off because of the thing, but she was turning off the...
Yeah, I was turning off the power. Okay, so now I'm going to caulk the whole inside. If you can come in, you can see, oh, there's, I can see daylight through there. Okay,
of course
well,
you
that's
can.
why we're going to caulk the shit out of it.
Yeah, of course.
We're going to caulk the shit.
It's a window, you caulk it anyway.
It's a window that I'm making out of something that was probably an end tabletop for an end table. It's like, what the hell do you want? You know, it doesn't come with standard anything. And that's the thing, it's like, you know, but it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I will take this window, hopefully break it with my hammer.
Yes, which is why she often doesn't wear it.
Which is often why I take my hammer off when I'm working with glass.
And bam.
Okay. And I stick it in there like that. Okay? And now, you know what I forgot to do? See?
Oh, forgot to do
but
that.
no, because what I can do is I can caulk that when I do the
When
inside.
you do the
when I
inside.
do the corners inside.
Yeah, you just
I'll
caulk it really
that
well.
beam then.
Caulk and
Caulk
glue.
the shit out of it. Well, I can caulk it tonight, and then when I put the triangle pieces
That's
in.
right.
Okay, so now I'm gonna caulk this line here. You don't always want to double caulk because caulking is cheap. Relatively speaking, caulking's cheap. Covers up a multitude of sin. And I'm going to line it up with the little board on the outside.
Outside. Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to staple this fucker in place. Then I'll scrape away all the excess in a minute.
Yep.
All the excess off the outside, all the excess off the inside.
You need to caulk. The wind is blowing. It's a long day. We're eager to get in, so it's hard not to try to miss some little steps here.
Yeah.
Don't like the wind.
I don't like the wind. For sure.
There you go.
All right, and then I'll put the other two on the side, and then I'll call it quits for today.
And we are officially dried in.
We are officially dried in at this point. Yep.
Yay!
We are officially dried in, so there's that.
So
But
this-
I have to turn my power back on so
yes,
that I can
so we're
finish
going
this
away. So
job,
just say goodbye.
Goodbye!